Chow Down Chow or Random Gaming, depending on what you're
So
watching.
I don't know if you heard. This is actually a very interesting point because I've been tutoring some kids in SAT, and the UC, like all the UCs, actually stopped admitting the SAT and ACT from now all the way up to 2024. And what they're planning on doing is to introduce their own version of a test and have all the students take it to determine like their standardized test score.
Yeah, I saw
I
that. So
know.
they're phasing it out over the next 5 years, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Like what?
Um,
I don't
what,
get what the
what are your
big
thoughts on
deal
that?
of, yeah, like I don't get why people hate on the SATs so much. And if you're
Well,
creating a new test, wouldn't that essentially be the same thing?
so wait,
Like,
are they for sure creating like a UC test, or what are they doing?
yeah, I think their plan is to create a UC test that replaces the SAT and the ACT.
Yeah, I mean, I think like um, the it's odd because the original like the SAT or whatever ACT is like very it's clearly proven to be like um not equal for like minorities, right? Like because they
Yes,
can't get the same access to resources or whatever like that.
sure.
Exactly, right?
Yes.
Sure, that's fine. I mean, and so if they're cutting it out completely, I can understand that. But if they're trying to like
Create a new
create a new
test.
new
Wouldn't that be
test,
the
then like
exact same thing?
unless they're trying to like, I don't know how they would create it unless it's based on like some sort of California standard like standardization of like education because it's like on a state run basis, right?
Yeah.
I think
I
so.
I don't even know, but that's their plan of creating their own thing. Well, in my opinion, that sounds basically like, you know what, college boards getting all the money for the tests. People want to apply to UCs. You know what? Let's do our own tests. Let's not give them the money. I'll charge $10 a piece. Applicants come and take the test. It would be a huge cash cow for the UC.
Yeah. So
That's
like all
how
wait,
I
wait so the
react
kids
to
who
it.
are like out of state or international, what would they do?
They
What's the
still
plan
have
for
to
that?
take the test. I don't know how they would take the test, but
Oh,
they have to take it,
see, I
right?
can understand if there's no test at all, because
Yeah,
then you can like
yeah,
you can bump up the applications, right? Because then more people are going to apply, right? Because they're not going to be
exactly.
like hindered by their test, where they'd be like, oh, there's no chance I'm getting it right,
But the thing
which
about
could be
that is,
good.
yeah, it could be good, yeah, but
More apps, like lower acceptance rate, right?
yeah, but I think they already have so many applications that without some sort of a automatic like system of getting rid of people, they'll never go through all the applications. If there's no test, that means they have to read all the applications. That's insane. Or use GPA as a
I mean,
uh
they don't cut out
criteria.
any application. I don't think. Like I
Yeah,
think they
but
do read all of them. Like
yeah, but
obviously
if
they're
you
like
yeah,
they don't. I don't think they have like a
like a system.
there's no like oh like a filtering. I don't think
Okay.
because they guarantee everyone like or like so at least one person's gonna read your application,
Yeah,
right?
but if you have like a SAT score of like 200,
Two.
like it's gonna take them a second, right? So there's
That's
really
probably true.
no, yeah. So at least there's some sort of a system in place, and if you eliminate the test scores, what's gonna be left is like the GPA, basically, like how you did in high school, and that's also like that can also be accused of being unfair.
I mean, I guess the UCs have been known to be like extremely meritocratic, right? So
Yeah,
like it's like 40% Asians, right?
exactly. It's all
So that could
Asians.
also be seen like the other way as being like, oh well,
We're just trying to
clearly,
fix.
clearly like Hispanics and like blacks aren't getting the representation. Because
Yeah,
let's be
well,
honest, there are not a lot of black kids at UC Berkeley.
I actually post personally, a couple. So,
Because they're
and
not a lot percentage
yeah,
wise.
yeah, 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 yeah. I know. It's
I
just
think it's like less than like 2%.
yeah, it's like 1 point some percent. But
It's like very low.
there is actually a law in the California Senate right now that's talking about banishing what you said earlier. Like California in the state constitution, there's a thing that states that the UC system cannot use race as a part of determining who gets in. And there's actually a
Mhm.
law trying to repeal that. That's
That would
coming
be.
up to
I
the
don't.
vote.
That's not. I don't think they should do that.
That's
Obviously, I don't think they should do that. But
yes, but that legislature actually has a lot of support and a lot of opposition as well. It's like 50-50 because like all the of course I know like Chinese immigrants, like none of them want this to happen. That means their kids probably get less of a shot to get into a UC. But um I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of support for the bill as well. They want it, like they want affirmative action to actually be a thing in California. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? I feel like this has always been a dicey subject for me. I feel like
It's
I
a
don't know.
dicey subject for me because I feel like a lot of the ways to like equalize people is not based on like economic backgrounds, but race.
Mm,
So like in a sense, like a black kid who went to my high school, which was a very good neighborhood,
yeah.
would do really well.
Mm, okay.
But like they still had the same opportunities that I had, right?
Yeah.
Obviously like a black kid from like a historically low poor neighborhood would not have the same shot I did.
Exactly.
But that's the guy that's not that guy ain't going to Harvard. Like the
Yeah.
guy who's like sitting next to me is going to Harvard,
Mm, I get
right?
what you're saying. Like it
So like
should be
it should
something.
be like
Yeah.
based on economic,
Mm,
um, not like purely race. It should be like
okay.
an economic like history.
It should be like some sort of a uh like an accumulative factor, like socioeconomic background, or you could count race in there too, or whatever. Like it should be these things combined, not just race. But
Like, do you ever see those kids who are like, oh, like you get like a newspaper, some guy who got into all 8 Ivies or whatever?
yep.
Has it ever been an Asian kid?
Nope. Nope. It has never been an Asian kid. Yeah, good point. So yeah, but race is the thing that lets the school boast its diversity. You know what I mean?
I
Like
understand. No, I understand that. So they can like, but that race should be coupled like with an understanding of like what like neighborhood they're coming from.
exactly.
So they
I
should be
think there's
trying to go out and get kids from like historically poor neighborhoods,
there's a lot of
not
problems
like
with the whole system.
you know. It shouldn't be like, oh, this black kid's got really good scores because he's like from a really rich neighborhood, so, and it'll improve
So
our
that's
diversity quota or
exactly,
whatever.
yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
like,
And they'll show
oh,
that,
screw.
oh, we let the poor kids in, whatever. Like, yeah, it shouldn't be about that. But it
Yeah,
will never be a point where like poor Asian kids get admitted, because when you're Asian, you look
that's
like
also
you have
true.
an
That's hard.
advantage.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's
So
hard too.
it will never, like, I don't know. I don't see in a
You
short.
can't like you can't get both of them in a sense. Like,
Exactly. So I don't know how this will change.
Congratulations! You've made it through the video. Now, go subscribe to all the links down below, comment, and hit that like button, and I will see you all in the next one.